Texas plays in a bowl game for the first time in 4 years. A quarter century ago, Darrell Royal directed the Longhorns to the national title with their legendary wishbone. Now all the eyes of Texas are upon Coach John Mackovic as the Longhorns descend upon the Sun Bowl. They're young and aggressive and feature an explosive attack. And today they look to show the nation that Longhorn football is back. In the 90s, North Carolina has established its own football tradition to brag about. Mack Brown has 5 straight winning seasons and has put North Carolina into an open field of dreams. Now they can place a footprint on their future and tackle college football's next level, starting with a win today. It's the Sun Bowl for the 61st time. Today, North Carolina against Texas. And welcome to West Texas, the friendly town of El Paso, just a few hundred yards from here, the border, and Juarez, Mexico, a few miles down the road, the state line of New Mexico. We're glad to have you with us for North Carolina and Texas. And welcome, everybody. I'm Jim Nance. We're proud to be presenting the Sun Bowl here on CBS for the 27th straight year. And all of us at CBS are pleased to have Doug Flutie joining us as our CBS college football analyst today. Welcome to the broadcasting business, Doug.
It is great to be back around college football. This is tremendous. I've been up in Canada. It's been great to me. It's fun. But when you come back down and you're in a major college football, this is what it's all about.
There's nothing like it. Let's talk about a position you're familiar with. Quarterback. Been kind of controversial leading into this game. Who will start at quarterback for North Carolina? Who will start at quarterback for Texas? First, the Tar Heels. Jason Stanisic or Mike Thomas. They decided to go with Mike Thomas today.
They decided to go with Mike Thomas primarily because he can make the big play. They run the ball extremely well. What they're looking at their quarterback, they're looking for big plays. He's only 47% completions, but he doesn't make mistakes, doesn't turn the ball over.
And for Texas, Shea Moran started 8 games this year. James Brown started 3 wins against Oklahoma, Houston, and Baylor. He threw 9 touchdowns the last 2 weeks of the season, and last night they gave him the starting nod. James Brown.
James Brown deserves it. 110 points in the last 2 ball games. This guy makes things happen. Almost 70% completions, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks. His athletic ability is his biggest asset. Can throw the ball off balance, on the run, anything like that. So he makes big plays.
Doug, it's bowl time, and these 2 teams want this game, obviously, but for North Carolina, the importance of it.
North Carolina has been in the top 20 for the last 3 years. They've been to 3 straight bowl games. Mack Brown has told us this is important to his program because he wants to become a top 10 football team, and this is the opportunity to move up in the ratings.
And for John Mackovic in Texas?
They kind of downplayed it a little bit. I think it's very important to Texas, but John has said that they're in a position where it's the first bowl trip in 4 years. Only 6 guys have played on or even been to a bowl game, so he feels that this is more of a reward than anything else for the team.
Be interesting to see how those philosophies match up today. North Carolina has taken the field. Now Coach Mackovic and the Longhorns are ready. It's Texas and North Carolina from El Paso. Well, the sun's been out most of this day. Now some clouds have rolled in, but it'll live up to its name. The Sun Bowl in El Paso. It's a beautiful day for football. 55 degrees. Forecast for sunny skies. A little wind down there, though.
There really was. I was down on the field beforehand, and it looks beautiful, but you step out there, the wind's blowing, it's gusting and swirling a little bit. It could mean the difference of maybe 5 yards in the kicking game either way.
North Carolina has won the toss and will receive. These teams meeting for the 7th time. They last met on Christmas Day in 1982 right here in El Paso, with Carolina prevailing 26-10. They scored 23 unanswered in the 4th quarter that day, and it was snowing by the end of that game. No such weather forecast for today, thank goodness.
Carolina Tar Heels.
Phil Dawson puts it on the tee for Texas. And he has to look out for this man, Marcus Wall, 3rd in the nation in kickoff returns this year. He ran 1 back for a touchdown and averaged almost 28 yards per run back.
He's scary. Every time he touches the ball, it looks like he's going all the way. And he's the guy that is the heart and soul of this Tar Heel team.
So Texas to kick off into the wind. We have Pac-10 officials today at the Sun Bowl. And this game underway for the 61st time. Short kick. And a fair catch was called by North Carolina. So forget about the run back by Wall. One of his teammates signaled for a fair catch. So they'll start out at the 22-yard line.
Dawson's kick at the 22-yard line. The Tar Heels will start.
He didn't signal, but one of the short backs, the up back, did signal, and then Marcus takes it on the run, and that could be a delay of game penalty.
Marcus was unaware that one of his Tar Heel teammates had called for it. He was ready to go off to the races.
Well, they were attempting a pooch kick, it looked like, but he got the ball a little deeper than he wanted to.
Here's Mike Thomas starting at quarterback for the Tar Heels. He started for North Carolina in the Peach Bowl 2 years ago and led them to victory. Leon Johnson is the tailback. They'll run it right up the middle with Leon Johnson. And a good gain right between the tackles for about 6. Norman Watkins makes the hit for Texas. Mike Thomas, if you go back to his high school days in Hamlet, North Carolina, never lost in high school as a starter, has never lost at North Carolina as a starter. In the backfield, Leon Johnson, William Henderson. There'll be some alternating, though, in the backfield. Wall, Barnes, and DeLong, a good blocker at tight end now for North Carolina. They face 2nd and 5, and they go with the fullback, Henderson, and maybe a yard is all. Watkins came up to make a hit, along with Thomas Baskin. So 3rd and short coming up for Texas. 2 quick tackles for Watkins.
At their own 28.
Right up the gut. We were told by the defensive line of Texas that you will not get the yardage up the middle between the tackles. Texas is trying to shut them down. The ball was loose on the ground, and the Tar Heels were fortunate to get back on top of it.
Boy, it came right back into the arms of Henderson. 3rd and 4 for North Carolina. Thomas play action, flings it over to Leon Johnson. He has the first down to the 35-yard line. Now for the rest of the lineup for North Carolina. The line, Thomas
6-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10.
gathers Don Meredith, Hobgood, and Ferguson. The Texas defense on the line. Brackens, a true freshman, Chris Akins, and Thomas Baskin. Reed, Richardson, a freshman, King, and Norman Watkins. 1st and 10, North Carolina. Out of the eye, Leon Johnson. A gain of maybe 2. Baskin hit him first. And the secondary for Texas, Taji Allen, Chris Carter, Trey Thomas, and Joey Ellis.
Joey Ellis is seen as a leader of this team, and he's a big hitter. He's a guy that earlier in the year had a couple of concussions and had a little problem with that, but they are a solid secondary.
There's Joey Ellis, senior from Tyler, from the same high school that produced Heisman Trophy winner Earl Campbell for the Longhorns. 2nd down and 8. Good fake by Thomas. Now fires it out near midfield. The ball is caught by Barnes, Octavius Barnes, for 16 yards and a North Carolina first down.
Nice action on this. Nice bootleg action off the counter fake. He gets outside. Mike Thomas really has a good passing lane downfield, can see everything in front of him and put the ball right on the money.
15 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice sight lines. He stayed on the move and took a nice shot from Norman Watkins.
Curtis Johnson now, Doug, has come into the backfield at tailback for North Carolina. Operating in Texas territory. Thomas, left side the wall. He's wide open inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Again, it's their play-action passing game. They run the ball extremely well. They come off the play action. They have the receivers crisscrossing from one side of the field to the other. Wall comes all the way across the field. Little semi-roll right, pulls up. There goes Wall across the field. Nice step into the throw. No problem.
24 yards on the pass play to Marcus Wall, and Thomas has completed his first 3 passes. Picks up the first down catch from the 12. Curtis Johnson right up the middle, and touchdown North Carolina on the opening drive.
Between the tackles.
Curtis Johnson.
Just a gaping hole. They blow this wide open. He does nothing but north-south. It's the offensive line of the Tar Heels blowing people out.
They marched 78 yards and finished the drive 11 yards out with Curtis Johnson. Now the extra point by Trip Pignetti. Phillips on the snap. Jay Boaz on the hold, and the kick is true. What a way to start the game.
Great way to start the game. Walks right into the end zone, blows the hole open from behind.
North Carolina takes the opening kickoff and then drives 78 yards for a touchdown. Curtis Johnson from 11 yards out. Now let's see if Texas has an answer to North Carolina's hot start. Here they'll touch the football for the first time. Not a very big kick at all. Jackson at the 10. Jackson with room at the 20. And out to the 30. James Brown, redshirt freshman from Beaumont, Texas. Amazing stats. 12 touchdowns thrown this season. Only 2 interceptions.
19 yards on the return.
In the backfield, Priest Holmes with Roderick Walker, Eric Jackson, and Lavelle Pinckney. What a target they are. Steve Bradley at the tight end. On the line, Blake Brockermeyer has a big NFL future. On that left side, John Elmore, Dan Neal, Corby Brooks, and Joe Phillips. Texas operating on offense for the first time today from its own 30. Brown with pressure, looks left side. They set him up just right. Priest Holmes across the 40 into North Carolina territory, inside of the 40 and down at the 37.
Beautifully set up screen. The big part of North Carolina's defense is their pass rush, their defensive ends. They come right out with a screen to try to slow down that pass rush. Here they come off the corners. James Brown gives ground, turns, gets the ball to Priest, and he's off and running.
All season long, Holmes caught 5 passes in all for a total of 10 yards. And Texas showing it could move the football.
The ball is going up and down the field with chunks, not just 5 yards at a time.
3 wide receivers for Texas on first down. To the end zone and through the arms of Curtis Jackson.
He had a great opportunity.
Brown's pass intended for number 39.
James Brown sees the safety leave the middle of the field, jumping an in route, leaving Curtis Jackson one-on-one on the outside. Number 25, Terry Billups, is left one-on-one, and right through his hands. He had an opportunity. Should have been a touchdown.
On the offense. Sideline
on the backside, Lavelle Pinckney slipped his defender as well. So these Texas Longhorns have some athletes out there, and they're getting open.
Well, the officials just announced there was a sideline warning against Texas. No penalty, but a warning. Second down and 10. Rod Walker tripped at the 17 by Eddie Mason.
Walker carries to the 17-yard line.
Rod Walker, a senior from Irving, Texas.
Eddie Mason.
He's played some fullback and tailback for him. He's really a tailback playing the fullback position. So they have 2 very agile backs in the backfield that they control the ball, run the ball, big play type guys.
Outstanding student as well is Rod Walker. Been a 4.0 student some semesters at Texas. Third down and 4. Priest Holmes near the first down. I think he has it. Let's see where they spot this one.
Texas was in a situation here where they stayed in their 2-back set. North Carolina came in with an extra DB, so they decided to run the ball against the nickel package of North Carolina.
First down for Texas. They move the chains. Priest Holmes getting the yardage there on that third down carry.
They've run the ball extremely well when they've tried to. They're a passing team that likes to make the big play through the air, but when North Carolina goes to that nickel package, Texas is not afraid to run the ball, and they run it out of a 2 tight end set primarily.
Texas knows how to get it in the end zone inside of the 20. 8th play of the drive. Right up the middle. And down at the 1-yard line. Priest Holmes.
Number 33 carries to the North
A
Carolina.
quick burst of energy on that one.
Like a quick trap up the middle, and he just slipped right through, no problem. Priest Holmes started the season with 3 100-yard games. He carried the ball 27 times in the 3rd game of the season, got banged up, and he really hadn't recovered to form until the end of the season.
Couple of big contributions on this series. Texas with a loaded backfield now. They bring in Chad Lucas. 1st and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Texas. Priest Holmes.
Just stepping right through. Nice misdirection down on the goal line. Usually down by the goal line, you like to just hammer it straight ahead, but they ran a little counter action, and Priest Holmes just stepped through a crease like it was just too easy. You see the surge of the line, pull the guard, slips right through.
9-play drive, 72 yards they covered. And then for the tying extra point, freshman Phil Dawson, who did not miss one all season long, 38 of 38. Lucas on the hold, John Elmore to snap it. Kick is good. We're in the 1st quarter. Fireworks as expected over old El Paso. 7-7 in the 1st.
The ball has gone up and down the field. We anticipated a lot of offense. Beck Brown said during the week that a lot of times when that happens, defenses hear it all week long and get fired up and come out and shut it down. But on the other side, Makovic said, hey, we got 90 plays. We're just going to outscore them. And that's what it looks like so far.
He says we're going to use all 90 plays. We're just going to try to outscore them today. And that's what everyone was hoping for here. An explosive scene, and it's been the case so far. Phil Dawson to kick. Again, a short one. Wall at the 22. And out to the 35. We have time perhaps for one more play here in the 1st quarter with North Carolina and Texas tied 7-7. Stanisic is the quarterback for the 2nd straight series. Leon Johnson the tailback. Stanisic. Pass a little behind Octavius Barnes at the 30.
There was a big hole on the backside, and Octavius continued to run across the field.
Number 16, Chris Carter on the cover.
Jason was trying to get him to settle down. There's a big hole on the backside here. When Jason rolls right, the post clears it out. There's a big old hole. Now sit it down. Jason can't lead him because of the linebackers on the other side of the field.
That was the first incompletion of the game for the Tar Heels. Thomas 5 of 5, and Stanisic with his first attempt right there. Leon Johnson breaks the tackle at the line. And out of bounds at the 17. A hard-earned 5 yards to end the 1st quarter. CBS Sports coverage of the 1994 Sun Bowl will continue after this message and a word from your local station. 7-7 at the Sun Bowl. Come back for the start of the 2nd quarter from Sun City in El Paso, Texas. 3rd down and 5. Stanisic with nowhere to go. Ball in the air. Watkins has it.
Oh, he lost it.
Ball free on the goal line, and let's see. Texas says it has a touchdown. Indeed, touchdown Longhorns.
Did not have a prayer on this. He started to roll out, got pulled up, and the backside hit. The ball went flying.
Norman Watkins recovers his own fumble for the Texas touchdown.
Got too excited. He's running into the end zone and decides to drop the football. Great recovery, though. He showed good awareness to catch the ball and continue to run toward the end zone. But I don't know what happened under the scramble, but I think he still got the touchdown.
Norman Watkins picks the ball off in the air after a brutal hit on the quarterback. That was a wild one. Now the extra point try by Phil Dawson. 14-7 Texas.
From the end zone. Gets pulled up, has to stop, and boom, from the backside. The ball is loose. Watkins gets too excited. Ball's back on the ground. And Texas gets the touchdown.
They got to be happy that Watkins was able to recover his own fumble.
You don't get those opportunities too often. And we were talking to Thomas Baskin about the possibility of defensive players scoring touchdowns and the celebrating and all that. So they got their opportunity defensively. Mike Thomas does have his helmet on and should be going back in the quarterback for North Carolina in this series.
Big kick through the end zone, and Thomas and the Tar Heels will start this series from the 20. Second down and 10. Thomas downfield. Barnes at the 40 and tackled at the 46. 26 yards to Octavius Barnes.
Absolutely no help in the middle of the field. Off the play action fake, the linebackers are up nice and tight. Octavius runs a good route and gets open on the in route. I mean, it's simple, easy football. Run the ball well and then go play action. Barnes
3 catches for 50 yards. A freshman.
All the way around the field.
Mike Thomas does stand tall in the pocket, though. He has a real stable feet standing there to throw the football. At 6'3", he sees downfield very well. Of course, height isn't an issue in the pocket.
No, you don't want to hear it or talk about it. Thomas back to Barnes, who collared at the 45. That's another first down at the 43. Here's a guy that would like to double dip this weekend if he had the chance tomorrow. North Carolina in basketball plays UNC Wilmington, and Barnes could in fact end up suiting up for that game for Coach Dean Smith.
Yeah, they say he's an excellent defensive player.
First and 10, Tar Heels from the 31. Option to the right this time. Leon Johnson, open field. And about 9, he was challenged by Joey Ellis.
Joey Ellis did a nice job in the open field. That looked like it could have been a touchdown, and Leon usually makes people miss in the open field. Again, they're getting a secondary man involved in the front. This time from the weak side. The corner came in the weak side corner blitz. But he was no factor because the option game was run to the opposite side of the field.
North Carolina has really had a huge advantage in the second quarter this year. They gave up a touchdown, though, on the first play of this quarter. Fullback running the football, William Henderson, down to the 10-yard line, and another first down. William Henderson, the senior from Chester, Virginia.
Texas said they were concerned about between the tackle. They wanted to stop the running game inside, make them pitch the ball, make North Carolina run the option and get outside, as opposed to allowing them to gain their yards between the tackles.
Third, and we'll call it 5. Leon Johnson, the tailback.
Okay, again, it's an 8-man front. Mike Johnson with the audible.
Thomas in trouble.
I'm sorry, Mike Thomas.
And brought down at the 8. Norman Watkins and Tony Brackens forced the play.
Number 1, Watkins. Tony Brackens provided the stop at the 8-yard line.
The last couple of times running the option, it's been really stretched out wide. Brackens jumps in quickly, closes it down, and Thomas doesn't even have an opportunity to pitch the ball.
So they'll try a field goal now with Pignetti. This will be a 25-yard boot from the right hash mark. He missed from 45 earlier in this game. This time from 25, the kick is good.
Very nearly getting blocked.
So with 9:57 remaining in the first half, Texas 14, North Carolina 10. Scott Caparelli will kick for Carolina.
Did Mom make the trip back from that game?
She did. She's doing the old Texas shuttle and is here today. Here's Curtis Jackson on the run back. Down at the 35. 2nd and 5. Priest Holmes inside of the 50 and down at the 45 of North Carolina. Some fancy footwork in this game by Priest Holmes. Another 14 yards on this one.
Backside guys pulling on the counter, they get the corner for the back. There's just too much open space for Mike Morton to make the tackle on Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes now with 6 carries for 50 yards.
He's got some quick feet.
Boy, that play really displayed just that from the 45 of the Tar Heels. Right side, open man, Pinckney, brought down at the 26, a gain of 19. Lavelle Pinckney, what a target, 6'5", 245, a wide receiver with 4.4 speed.
James loves throwing the ball to Lavelle. He says, hey, it doesn't matter if he's covered. I'm going to throw it up and let him go get it. On this particular play, he held on to the ball a fraction of a second long, allowed it to develop, and Lavelle was wide open.
Pinckney out of Washington, D.C. His high school coach has come to watch him play today. If he stays for his senior year, he has a chance to break all of the receiving records at Texas. He has set up Texas now for another scoring opportunity at the 26. Great protection to the end zone. Brown's pass batted down. James Hamilton, the rover, made the play. Pass intended for Priest Holmes.
Tell you what, if he lays it out there, he has a chance. The ball gets a little too flat. If he can lay it up and over the top, he would have had a better opportunity. Nice defensive play.
James Hamilton.
Lavelle Pinckney was waving his arms there, sliding towards the post. He had a legitimate opportunity going down the middle of the field.
Hamilton, who made that play, another one of the players out of Hamlet, North Carolina, for the Tar Heels. Sterling effort that time. 2nd and 10. Rod Walker. Walker gets beat up for a 1-yard gain. Kerry Mock hit him first. The left tackle for Texas, Blake Brockermeyer, a junior from Fort Worth, has not allowed a sack in the last 15 games. Check him out on this running play.
He is a force. He's the bulk of their offensive line. He makes it happen for him. Projected first-round draft choice. He did petition the NFL to see where he would go in the draft and see what opportunities he has this year. He may come out a year early.
The report back from the league was very encouraging and one that would make you think he will go pro here after his junior year. 3rd down, Brown goes back to the end zone. Pinckney over the head of Pinckney, but a flag is thrown on Omar Brown.
Omar made a good decision. He was beat.
Pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
He's a big even if he is covered on the play, throw the ball up and let him go get it. There's a pull on the jersey, a little trip on the ankle, and he just quite can't get to the ball. Again, they were attacking the nickel back in that situation. That was Omar Brown, who comes in the game as the 5th DB, and they went right at him.
College football, they marked that penalty off from the line of scrimmage. 15 yards, sets up Texas at the 9 with Rod Walker on the pitch. Walker to the 5-yard line.
Roderick Walker carrying from the 5-yard line.
Tackled by Riddick Parker.
Let's go, let's go! 38, Eric Thomas.
John Makovic was talking about perception-wise the enormous difference between 8-4 going into the offseason versus 7-5, which rides on this game.
Big difference for the program. They won 10 ball games a year ago. They feel they should be right there every year now.
Walker, right side, and shy of the goal line.
I'm sorry, that was not, that's North Carolina we're talking about. We're talking about the perception of Texas football and going into this bowl game of how they can build this program. You know, originally when they went down, they were talking about the demise of the defensive line when the team was starting to slide a little bit. And now that their defensive line is back, they feel like they're going to be a top 10 program again.
See the call here. 3rd and goal from the 1. 2 tight ends, Bradley and Fitzgerald. Brown to to the end zone. Pass incomplete. Priest Holmes was popped right when the ball reached his arms.
The play happened just too quick. James Brown was too excited. He wanted to get the ball to him right now. Priest Holmes was open in the flat, but he couldn't get the ball to him quick enough. He couldn't get it out of his hands. Fuzzy Lee comes in hard with the big hit. James is upset because he knows he was open, but he couldn't get rid of the ball quick enough. If Priest had maybe taken it upfield another step before breaking, it would have been an easy touchdown.
Well, the crowd is roaring now. Texas will go for it on 4th and goal with Lucas on a wing. Priest Holmes into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Broke through the defensive line for the defensive line in North Carolina. Almost had an opportunity with Priest in the backfield. Couldn't get to him. The quick feet of Priest Holmes gets himself outside. Right there. Mock almost makes the play. Can't quite get there. Great effort to get into the end zone. Turned it up north-south. Was not to be denied.
Holmes' second touchdown of this game. And Dawson to try the extra point. Good again. 41 out of 41 on the season. Priest Holmes and the Longhorns have taken a 21-10 lead. 21-10 Texas. And the scoring drive that time, 9 plays, 64 yards.
North Carolina has to answer a score here. They have to come back and get some points on the board.
Marcus Wall, will he run it back? Yes, from 4 yards deep. Wall to the 15, bouncing around. Oh, he almost got the corner, and then dragged down by Robert Crenshaw. Well, Carolina out of timeouts, but trailing 21-10. 2 minutes, plenty of time for Mike Thomas. Leon Johnson, the tailback. And they'll run with Johnson. Johnson hit by Kevin Watler. But he didn't go down easy. Kevin Watler, number 47 for Texas in his 6th season for the Longhorns.
He's been around. He's had a lot of injury problems, been banged up. He's finally healthy and gets the opportunity to play. They love his athletic ability.
6 seasons, folks, because you redshirt 1 year. Another year you get back because of a medical exemption. Loves the game of college football. He's completed his college degree. There's the pass in the open flat and out of bounds, William Henderson. And a late flag, a late hit. I believe on Tyson King. And that's going to be a big one. That'll move the football into Texas territory.
They're going to be cross midfield. There's still 1:40 to go. Even though they have no timeouts, the clock stops on 1st down. So there is plenty of time for North Carolina to move the football. On the replay, just a little bit late. His feet are out of bounds, and he finishes the hit. It's a good call. It was close as the linebacker is being very aggressive, but it is a good call.
So that'll advance the football to the Longhorns 43 with 1:42 remaining in the half.
They still have time to mix in the run. They're across midfield, plenty of time. They can still mix run and pass. They don't just have to go to a 2-minute situation.
Screen pass set up for Leon Johnson. He looked for the sidelines and was brought down short of it at the 39.
With no timeouts left, you still have time to go down the middle of the field as long as you're making 1st downs. When you make 1st downs, the clock stops, they reset the ball, and then start the clock.
1:18 to go. Thomas in the pocket. Pass caught by Henderson. He should have gotten out of bounds that time.
It was too easy. He should have just stepped out of bounds at the end of the run.
Picked up 20 yards. And he was just a few feet from being out of bounds. So they will stop the clock, though, to move the chains.
All right, we're stopped with 1:11, and they're just going to restart the clock. Mike's got the play called already. He might have wasted 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
From the 19. Middle. Barnes, ball in the air, incomplete. He was walloped, too.
He took a shot. He was dragging across the backside from right to left, and there was no underneath coverage. He had plenty of room to stick the ball in, but Carter is reacting to this now. Early in the game, they caught a couple of balls over the middle. Chris Carter is now being more and more aggressive and coming up and making the big hit. It might be time to take a look to the in route and throw a post over the top.
It was almost a reception and a fumble, but incomplete. The call. Chris Carter and Joey Ellis were the two who popped them. And Norman Watkins was a little shaken up on that play and is removed from the lineup. .104 remaining in the half. Watkins sitting out this play. Looks like he's ready to get back in after this one. 2nd and 10. They run it. They try to surprise Texas. Leon Johnson. What an effort to pick up about 10, and they may have to measure for a first.
It's a nice call, but the clock is running, and they did not get the first down.
Now he's about a half-yard shy. 3rd and less than a yard. 45 seconds clock running. And Henderson plows ahead. That'll stop it. Again, in college football.
The clock stops, so there's no problem in running the ball in short yardage. However, you've got to hustle now. Get the play called, Mike. Get the play called, get set. When they wind the clock, the ball will be snapped.
39 seconds to go. No timeouts for the Tar Heels from the 8.
I don't like that.
That was... why was that necessary?
It really isn't. It's only necessary if you have specific plays that you want to get to and your quarterback's unsure about calling them himself. In this situation, they had the first down. The clock was stopped. There was plenty of time to get a play called. When they wind the clock, snap the football, we're off and running. Now you wasted a down. They will still get all 4 downs in. If it was a situation where there were 10 seconds left, maybe do that.
35 seconds. Thomas looking end zone, firing end zone, caught in the end zone, touchdown, Marcus Wall. They drive 74 yards in less than 2 minutes without benefit of a timeout and score a critical touchdown before the intermission.
Texas was trying to get the timeout on defense. They wanted to stop and realign, maybe even change personnel, but didn't get it done in time, and Marcus makes another big play for a touchdown.
Pignetti good on the extra point. Marcus Wall, who scored a North Carolina record 9 touchdown passes this season, catches one here in the Sun Bowl.
Great patience by Mike Thomas, standing, waiting, great protection. Waited, laid it up and over the top.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Texas 21, North Carolina 17. Andrea Joyce will be along with halftime activities after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back to beautiful El Paso. Barren beauty, rugged beauty surrounding this Sun Bowl stadium, and great to have you back with us. Jim Nance and Doug Flutie here from the Sun Bowl. 21-17, Texas leading at halftime, and both offenses really moving the football.
They really have. In fact, North Carolina's run more plays for more yardage. Obviously, the big turnover for the touchdown helped Texas. The real curious thing is that James Brown, a 69% passer during the season, is only 47% today. Mike Thomas, on the other hand, who was the 47% passer, has thrown for nearly 80% today. But the difference in the game so far is that turnover for a touchdown.
That play, a recovery, and a touchdown by Norman Watkins, helping Texas to this first half lead of 21-17. Texas at halftime under Makovic, 16-0 when leading at the intermission. So the second half about to start at the second oldest bowl game in the business. Caparelli will kick to the Longhorns. Texas trying to close its year 8-4, while North Carolina trying to move in on a possible top 10 ranking with a victory today. They would be 9-3. Mike Thomas off of a big first half.
And they did have 2 drives where Jason was in there, and maybe those drives, if Mike had stayed in the ballgame, they'd have an opportunity to have the lead right now the way he has been playing.
Rod Walker unable to really make anything of the return. Another high short kick. Mike Morton on the tackle. Texas to start from the 27. Let's again check the numbers. Brown 7 out of 15 in the first half for 125 yards.
Yeah, not really a good percentage for him, but the yards per reception, 7. I mean, that's about 17 yards per catch, so he's doing all right there.
Priest Holmes, he'll have his 100 yards with that run, I believe. 9 yards out to the 29. Right on the number. 15 carries, 100 yards for Priest Holmes, who, as Doug explained in the first half, opened the season with 3 straight 100-yard games, and then was just a little too banged up and beat up from all of the attempts. Didn't have another one until today.
He has 15 carries already.
That's the end of the third quarter. Texas leads at 21-17, and CBS Sports coverage of the 1994 Sun Bowl will continue after this message and a word from your local station. 61 years of a proud tradition, the Sun Bowl in El Paso. We start the final quarter, and they have a new attendance record here in El Paso today. Rod Walker gets the handoff on 2nd and short, picks up the necessary yardage. That new attendance figure, all-time record at the Sun Bowl, 50,000 plus. So congratulations to all the many people, wonderful people here who worked so hard on making this really one of the most enjoyable events of the whole year for us at CBS. A lot of friends have taken great care of us through 27 years of broadcasting this game. First down and 10 for Texas. Priest Holmes shakes a tackle and moves ahead for about 6.
Tell you what, they've really settled into both trying to run the football. It was 21-17 at half. It's 21-17 going into the fourth. And what was an offensive showing in the first half has become a defensive struggle in the second half.
Priest Holmes, he's been Texas's outstanding performer on offense today for sure. 2nd and 4. Gerard Coleman has come in at running back for Texas. Brown right side. Eric Jackson couldn't hold on to it. Terry Billups defending.
Just one-on-one coverage out there.
Eric Jackson, the leading receiver on the season for Texas, has not caught a ball today.
Not a well-thrown ball by James Brown. He had a chance to set his feet and fire. He did have Eric Jackson open. Threw the ball a little high and behind him on that play.
Eric averaged almost 18 yards per catch this season and scored 8 touchdowns. And there's another receiver, Curtis Jackson, as they'll face 3rd and 4. James Brown, receiver bumped as that pass came across the middle.
Wow.
Curtis Jackson was floored, but no flag.
No flag on the play. Sean Boyd just came flying up and decides he's going down. And maybe it was an uncatchable ball. I'm not sure. Oh, was it tipped? That's why. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. You see the umpire there slapping his hands together. It was a tipped ball. That's why there was no interference call.
Wall back to receive the punt. These winds swirling. Let's see how far Bassett can boot it. Low liner. Wall fields it, 18-yard line. Has a head start on everybody. Shakes free the first wave. Look out. He's at the 40. Blocker in front. He should go all the way. Marcus Wall with the touchdown, and North Carolina moves in front.
just one big play after another.
A Sun Bowl record 82-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Returns back 650. Eddie, number 19, to attempt the extra point.
(24-21) Tar Heels on an electrifying record-setting punt return.
Look at the cushion he has. The punt out kicks the coverage. Coverage hasn't even reached here yet. He's got 20 yards to take a look, take a peek, and start upfield. Number 2, Omar Brown, gets a nice block on the play. And the rest is just Marcus Wall at 165 pounds. Steps through tackles and takes off. Gotta love when guys under 6 foot make big plays.
This is the first game of his career that he's returned punts, and he's run one back for a touchdown to give the Heels the lead. Scott Caparelli will kick as the Tar Heels have come back from 21-10 down to take the lead, 24-21. Still have almost the entire fourth quarter remaining. Short boot to Curtis Jackson. Makes it to the 29. Omar Brown on the hit.
You know, part of the reason that ball was returned was the big cushion, and part of that was the wind blowing the ball downfield and out kicking your coverage.
Texas on first down goes with Priest Holmes, drives for about 4.
Oh, number 42 is Ronald Thomas, not Tim Smith. Ronald Thomas. And again, 2 big plays in a row where he was right in the middle of things.
110 yards rushing on the day for Priest Holmes. Texas now will have to battle back from behind. 2nd and 6. Texas with 4 first downs in the second half. On the run, Brown's pass. Too strong and out of reach for Pinckney.
These are balls that James Brown over the last couple of weeks has just been very relaxed, snapped off a nice easy throw and stuck it on the money. Today he's been a little bit off the mark. It's 11 of 24 now. Guy that was completing near 70%, well below the 50% mark right now.
3rd and 1. Straight ahead. I don't think they got it.
Loose.
Let's see. Carolina says yes, we have it.
It's Sean Boyd.
Marcus Jones popped it free. I'm still waiting for a signal, and they say the ball carrier saw one signal. Yes, 4th down.
4th down.
So they're giving Texas possession of the ball, but short of the first.
It's find the ball and find his knee. You see the ball drop out of the bottom, and it's a matter of whether he's down or not. Where is the knee?
No gain on the play. 4th down.
Can't really see it there either, but it was such a pile up. It looked like his knee was on the ground, and the ball did squirt loose.
All right, Wall drops back. 3rd time in this half, Texas has had it 3 plays and had the punt. Good boot this time. Wall walks away from it. And it settles at about the 19.
Is down at the 20-yard line.
Curtis again, left side for about 3. Kyle Richardson
Carries to the 48-yard line.
met him at the 47. 10:30 remaining in this game. North Carolina leading 24-20.
Looks like North Carolina might be getting into a little rhythm with their running attack right now.
3-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 7.
It'll be 2nd and 7. from the 47. Leon Johnson this time moves it into Texas territory. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Tar Heels. 72 yards for Leon Johnson. So Johnson & Johnson, similar numbers again today.
They have 183 yards now on the ground. They average, what, 220 something. So they're right on pace. They've got a 4.4 yards per carry average so far today. So that's good running. That's good, solid power football. Texas is still going to that 8-man front, though, to try to stop the run. Not in this formation, though.
Call it 3rd and 4. Big play for the Texas defense. Thomas with time over the top. Barnes has it. Barnes inside the 20. Barnes into the end zone for another Carolina touchdown.
Westbrook went for the interception. He thought he had the ball in his grasp. Just comes up short. Great throw by Mike. Mike Thomas puts the ball in the money, and we're in the end zone, and Carolina's pulling away.
Yard strike to Octavius Barnes on a 3rd and 4 play, and Carolina is in front by 10.
Bottom of your screen right here. We're going to go down. We get the post. Well, not that flat, but upfield. He's going to the post. He's one-on-one with Bryant Westbrook. Gets inside of him right away. Good release. He stemmed him to the outside and slipped him to the inside. Got in good position. Just a great throw by Mike Thomas.
North Carolina with 3 unanswered touchdowns. Moves in front by 10.
Yeah, on the sideline, they're talking last game against Duke, how Duke bounced back to take the lead. And although North Carolina did win the game, they don't want that to happen here. They want to pull away and put this Texas team away.
Jackson backpedals to the 11. Take the middle of the field and twist it down at the 32. James will keep it. Look at him go. First down, James Brown. He needs a couple of plays like that. Remember, he's just a freshman. Get his confidence back, and you see the confidence slipping here in the second half.
Yeah, a little bit. He's been a little hesitant with his throws. He's not on the money. I say get the ball in his hands a little bit. Let him run with the football and use his athletic ability to get his confidence back.
Second half, only 94 yards total offense for the Longhorns, and they just picked up 12 yards on that play. Looks right, now left, and almost intercepted. There's Eddie Mason on the coverage of Pat Fitzgerald.
He showed great patience on the play, and he had him beat, but the ball was poorly underthrown. He tried to throw a little touch pass and lay it out in front of him and let him go get it. The wind's blowing the ball all over the place. I think he did try to throw a touch pass, and the wind's blowing the ball and swirling, and may have knocked it down for him.
And Eddie Mason's had a couple of stabs at
He's had
other
on the ball.
interceptions. Yeah, he had one, and he could have had a couple of others. But good coverage on that play. Second down and 10. Jones in the face of Brown, who gets it away to Fitzgerald and rumbles inside of the 40. Fumbled on the back end of it, but they rule him down at the 39. 18 yards.
Good job by Marcus Jones staying home for the bootleg, but these are the type plays that James Brown really doesn't have to do a lot of reading. He can just be an athlete. Comes out, he's one-on-one with Marcus Jones, puts a little move on him, gets rid of the football, and delivers it on the money.
So quick flurry here by the Longhorns. And they have it first down at the 39. Little mix-up, but Brown gets untangled and takes off. And has a first down at the 29.
The flag.
They got a late hit over there.
I don't agree with that one.
Fuzzy Lee was on the sideline, and Texas will get an extra.
But that's the James Brown we've seen over the last few weeks. Something happens in the backfield, there's a mix-up, they collide, and he just becomes an athlete, becomes instinctive.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
It'll net about 14 more yards on the back end of this play.
It's a bootleg all the way, but the pass of the quarterback and the back collide, and he's looking to run all the way now. And watch his quick feet. Still like him to tuck the ball away a little bit.
Brown with 43 yards rushing.
He gives him a little two-hand shove. I don't know. His feet are definitely, he's just leaving the field of play. He hasn't even touched out of bounds yet. And Fuzzy Lee gives him a little shove, but nothing wrong with that.
Texas inside of the 15 with 8 minutes remaining. Priest Holmes for 5. Fuzzy Lee makes the play on this one for North Carolina. 5-yard gain, though, for Holmes.
Fuzzy Lee, number 47 on the stop. 2nd and 5.
Still have half this quarter remaining, and Texas 10 yards away from getting right back into it. Under 7 minutes to go. We'll call it from the 9. 1st and goal. Looking left. Brown. Ball tipped in the end zone. Still almost caught. Steve Bradley was reaching up for it for Texas.
He had a receiver with an opportunity to be open, and he delivered the football, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage. Those are things that you just can't control. He's running the slant route up top. There's a lane right there, but the ball's batted and tipped. North Carolina has batted and tipped more passes this year. The two defensive ends are up around 6'6". They get their hands on.
Rick Terry got his hands on that one for the 2nd time in this half. 2nd and goal from the 9. Priest Holmes breaks some tackles. What a run. Priest Holmes, touchdown, Longhorns.
Great job getting the ball in the end zone.
Priest Holmes, 3rd touchdown of the day.
Getting more than his share of work today. I guess he doesn't have to save anything for after this ball game. Again, it's the counter steps, back out the backside. He steps out of a couple of tackles. Just very quick feet. He's got 21 carries for 129 yards, his 3rd touchdown of the day.
Dawson's extra point. It's a field goal game now, folks. 6:35 remaining. Texas right back in it. Carolina 31, Texas 28.
That's my son. I love you, Mom and Dad. Hey, Mom,
Priest Holmes celebrating a 3rd touchdown of the day.
A couple of missed blocks, and this is a lot of Priest Holmes. Mock and Morton both had opportunities, couldn't quite get to him, and he's just sprinting through the end zone.
Carolina watching the play unfold.
They know they're in a ball game.
Marcus Wall is deep, but there has not been a kick anywhere close to the goal line in this direction today. This one out of bounds.
Boston's kick goes out of bounds.
Football, the kick out of bounds is brought back to the 35. So Carolina starts from there, and a big hit for a loss by Tony Brackens. Leon Johnson loses a yard.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Well, what does stats mean? Because we've got one for you, Doug. Texas when it scores 25 or more points. 364-5.
Well, usually when you score a lot of points, you win. But 25 points is obviously a mark that's important. Another reverse.
It goes to Wall. And Wall bumped out of bounds by Joey Ellis. What a hit. That got him fired up on that Texas side.
Joey Ellis just had a leg cramp when he got injured there earlier. He's back in the ball game, and he is a hitter. Watch, he sticks him pretty good. Marcus stays on his feet a little there, but he knows he was popped.
3rd down and 10 with 5:51 remaining. Thomas hit when he threw it, and North Carolina will have to punt the football. With 5:47 remaining. Football. All 3 timeouts remaining for both teams. Chris Carter, fair catch at the 31.
34 yards on the kick.
Brown to Holmes. And look at Holmes. All Priest Holmes for a first down at the 43.
They set up the middle screen there. Rick Terry, number 94, saw it coming and was in position to make a play, but Priest Holmes, in his quick feet, just makes him miss and gets away from him. In the middle of the screen there, you see 94 pull off and chase, but he recognized it early but didn't get there. Priest Holmes with a great effort.
We've received word now from the sideline that flag that was picked up, the officials picked up the flag because they said the ball was not catchable. So just to clarify that, first down Texas from the 44. Holmes, the hot back, and wrestled down after a gain of about 4.
That ball wasn't catchable because the receiver didn't have an opportunity to get open. It should have been defensive holding, not necessarily pass interference.
Under 5 minutes remaining. Carolina clinging to a 3-point lead.
And with wind conditions the way they are, field goals are not going to be easy.
Rod Walker in the backfield, along with Holmes on 2nd and 5. Brown looking downfield, all kinds of time. Now a touch pass over the head of Holmes. Doug Flutie up here in the booth jumping around because you see the field as a quarterback. What was open there?
He did a great job of hanging on to the football. He really didn't have much to see downfield, but he does have an opportunity at the last second. The back reacts nicely and turns it up the field. Watch up here on this part of the screen. Coverage is good downfield, but he's going to wheel it up the sideline, and all it takes is a little touch pass, but in the windy conditions, the ball's blowing all over the place, and anytime he's tried to put a little touch on the ball, it's been inaccurate.
Well, he's dropping back to a shotgun formation now on 3rd and 5. Brown dancing around, now throws for Eric Jackson, and a flag.
We have 2 flags on the play, one down the bottom here too.
This is going against North Carolina.
Looked like Fuzzy did a good job of getting up and over in his hand in there to make the play.
On the defense, automatic first down at the spot of the foul.
He came over his back. The question is, was he making contact or did he reach around and make a nice play? He's hitting him. The right arm kind of on the right shoulder. That should be a flag right there on its own.
Texas at the 43 of the Tar Heels.
Eric Jackson kind of getting in the face there.
4:19 remaining. Priest Holmes gets outside and brought down at the 38.
Does he look like he's running with more confidence now or what?
Oh, every play he's breaking 2 or 3 tackles. 139 yards rushing for Priest Holmes.
It's a 6-yard average for Priest Holmes per carry.
Second and 5. Brown looks right, pump fake, now open left side. Fitzgerald has it, but he's a yard short of the first. That ball was actually tipped by Oscar Sturgis at the line of scrimmage.
He was originally hoping to throw that out and up off the pump fake. He goes with a big pump fake, but it's a too deep coverage, so there is a safety on that side of the field helping out. He looks backside, tries to put a little touch. It's batted again. Fitzgerald with another catch.
3rd down and 1 with 3 minutes remaining.
Watch the tip. Good extension. He's 6'6". They get their hands on a lot of balls.
Big play here. Texas. Holmes has the first down at the 28. Stop the clock with the first down. 2:56 to go in this game. Texas trails by a field goal.
Both John Elmore and Steve Bradley with nice blocks on the play.
First down from the 28. Brown again, all kinds of time across the middle, has his target, Eric Jackson, for the first time today. Sean Boyd brought him down from behind.
Sean Boyd was sitting on closing and trying to get there, just a fraction of a second late.
12-yard gain on this one.
Eric Jackson actually could have helped him out if he continued coming back. He stops, he's waiting for the ball. Boyd just can't get there in time.
First down, 2:15 remaining in the game. Priest Holmes. Straight ahead, Holmes to the 7.
33, Priest Holmes, the ball carrier.
That's his 25th carry of the day. The most he's ever carried the ball was 29 times versus Louisville in the second game of the year. He has 25 carries now for 154 yards.
And 3 touchdowns. It'll be second and a foot for the Longhorns. And the clock put back into motion. Under 150 remaining. Holmes, first down.
What do you think? Time for a bootleg off that look?
Well, they got 4 downs from the 5-yard line now for Texas with 1:33 remaining.
I say you got to start using your timeouts on defense here if you're North Carolina. There's a minute 33. You can still get the ball back with a minute to go. They're letting the clock run. If they score a touchdown on the first play, there's 15 extra seconds they wasted.
10th play of this drive. The pitch. Holmes leaps. What a play. Touchdown, Texas. A leap of faith, and the Longhorns have regained the lead. Priest Holmes gives Texas the lead, 34-31. He has tied the Sun Bowl record with 4 touchdowns, tying Thurman Thomas of Oklahoma State. $1:17 remaining. Don't count out Carolina yet. (35-31) Longhorns. The
Number 32, Juan Kemp with the lead block on the play. He's the fullback, gets a good jump, gets into the linebacker, and Priest Holmes just launches himself up and into the end zone. Over Eric Thomas, number 38. Eric's breaking down to make the play. We'll see that from behind here. Eric will come up. He's starting to break down, wants to make the tackle. And there goes Priest up and over. He's going to take off from the 5-yard line. Well, North Carolina is going to have 1:17 on the clock as of right now. Mike Thomas is 20 of 29, 261 and 2 touchdowns, and he's got his work cut out for him. They have all 3 timeouts remaining.
And remember, he drove them right before the half without benefit of any timeouts. Carolina will have to drive 80 yards to win this football game. Well, Carolina trailed at one time 21-10. Then scored 3 unanswered touchdowns to go up 31-21. Now Texas bounces back with 2 unanswered touchdowns to take this lead.
Priest Holmes, 27 carries, 161 yards at 6 yards per carry with 4 touchdowns.
Thomas and the Tar Heels. That pass intended for Leon Johnson. The official got a little bit in the way of that one.
Yeah, I think he disrupted his concentration and didn't see the ball long enough. Leon Johnson has excellent hands. That's his second drop of the day.
1:13 on the clock.
When you're looking in this situation, I like to go upfield with the ball at least 8 to 10 yards so you can pick up first downs if you complete the pass. That way all you have to do is go 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 to keep the chains moving.
Thomas to Octavius Barnes. Chris Carter popped him from behind. He wanted an incompletion.
But he did make the first down. The clock stops with 1:06, and they're up and over the ball. Get your play called before they start the clock.
So the catch at the 30 gives him a first down. Johnson again can't handle it, although there were 2 Longhorns waiting for him.
That was a tough one to handle. That one was a little high and had a little zip on the ball there. And when you're on a swing route like that, it's very difficult if the ball is not right on the money. Again, though, I'd rather see him just take some nice, safe throws, maybe 8 to 10 yard throws over the middle of the ball. You still have all 3 timeouts.
59 seconds. Open man, Barnes at the 46. Knocked right down by Westbrook. Thomas at first looking to the sideline. Do we want a timeout? They say, hold on a minute.
Well, they've got the first down. The clock stopped. There's no need to call a timeout as long as you can line up quickly.
They won't start it until the chains are in position.
He's only wasting 2 or 3 seconds there, so it's not too bad.
Thomas again uses the middle, and holding on is Barnes.
Unbelievable.
At the Texas 43.
3 consecutive catches by Barnes in traffic, taking big hits and hanging on to the football.
And hang on, folks. North Carolina has moved the football to the Texas 43 and have called timeout. Coming down to the last seconds here in El Paso. Back in El Paso, first down, North Carolina from the Texas 43.
All 3 timeouts remaining. Probably just use it if you come up short of the first down.
Thomas over the top, hit when he threw it, intercepted by Carter. Chris Carter of the Longhorns.
He could get stripped from behind. Ball's loose.
Carolina has it back. You could see that one coming. They lose 50 yards on the play, but they're still in the game.
They still have the opportunity. Let's see if they can go 86 yards in 29 seconds now.
All he had to do was fall, and Texas
exactly
had the win.
Ice the win. You've got the ball in your hands. He's got big eyes. His arm was hit. It's an easy interception. Now get upfield a little bit. Now drop. Just go down.
Right here in this area.
He thinks he's gone.
You said right here the ball's going to get stripped. You saw it coming.
Ashford From behind, hustling to make the play.
On the run back, there was a clip, which is declined. Carolina ball, first down.
Well, they made a first down on the play.
For them, it's a huge break. They're still in the game. They still have life.
North Carolina has 2 timeouts remaining. They can get maybe 4 to 5 plays in. He's pumping it and going deep.
Looking for Barnes, and just past his fingertips. 3 defenders back there. 23 seconds remaining.
Now you'd like to have a guy like the Bell Pinckney that you can just throw the ball up for. I guess Barnes is the guy that's been making the plays, so when you're throwing it up for grabs, he's got to be the guy to go after.
Barnes has been making the plays. 9 catches in this game for Octavius Barnes, and a Sun Bowl record 165 yards receiving. Breaking the mark from 1942 of Saxon Judd of Tulsa.
With 23 seconds left, all you can hope for is to get out near midfield to have one last crack at throwing one for the end zone.
Thomas with pressure goes short and incomplete. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Thomas' pass is incomplete, tipped by number 90.
Thomas Baskin got a hand on it. 18 seconds remaining.
Well, as long as they pick up a first down somewhere in here, we probably have 3. If you're lucky, you might get a 4th play in. Go, baby!
It's been a year where we saw one miracle ending with Colorado defeating Michigan, and I've got a man in the booth who knows how to pull this type of game out.
He's got to make an effort to get at least past his own 40-yard line before the last play of the game. All kinds of time. This one's up for grabs. No.
And out of bounds. 11 seconds. And 4th down, in fact, for North Carolina coming up. Thomas just shy of 300 yards passing today. He's had an outstanding afternoon.
Just an exceptional day for Mike. And here, even though it's 4th down, you don't worry about the first down. I think you throw some sort of Hail Mary pass to get it out near midfield. Call your timeout and try it one more time. Just put you guys together, send them downfield, and get it out near midfield, if you're lucky.
Thomas airing it out toward midfield. Only Texas there. And the ball is ruled incomplete. Westbrook almost had the interception. Texas is going to win the 1994 Sun Bowl. There still is time for one more snap for Texas just to make it official. There were some electrifying plays today. We had a punt return for a touchdown. The defense scored some long passes for scores. 4 rushing touchdowns, tying the bowl record. And Texas finishes the 1994 season 8-4. One of the most exciting Sun Bowl games in its proud 61-year history.
Good game, Cleve.
Once again, the Sun Bowl record crowd was 50,612. The Sun Bowl Association, the University of Texas, and the University of North Carolina. Thank you. Drive safely on your way home, and Happy New Year.